Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. When it comes to Claressa Shields, look, man, there's a lot going on with her. You know what I'm saying? That's no secret. But trash talk can go too far. It seems like Claressa doesn't want anything to do with all the trash talk anymore. Some points it seems like she wants positivity. Then it seems like she wants all the drama. But I'm gonna tell you right now, man, there's something brewing out there. And it's been lingering for quite some time, but it just seems to be snowballing into something that's becoming uncontrollable to the point to where, NYPD is out here, they're sending warnings. They're like, yo, stop now. There's shit going on out there in New York and amidst other places where people are out here, man. And I'll let y'all know what I'm talking about. People really want to get at Claressa Shields, but when she comes out here and she's saying stuff, I'll just show you, all right? It is what it is.
Everything, she gonna do anything with me. She delusional. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is, what you did, how much time you served. I will smoke the fuck out of you. We ain't got a box. We ain't got a box. You wanna get on the mat, you wanna street fight, whatever you wanna do. You're not gonna do nothing with me. Girl, I'm a known killer. Fuck is you talking about? I'm a known killer. Fuck is you talking about? Keep telling these girls, I'm not one of them. Play with somebody else of your own motherfucking kind, bitch. Quit playing, bitch, everything. I'm a known killer. Fuck is you talking about? Keep telling these girls, I'm not one of them. Play with somebody else of your own motherfucking kind, bitch.
Okay. You see, you come out here, man, and you want to have this public conflict, telling people you a known killer. That's why I'm not surprised that, a lot of people who I know, see, people don't really know much. I'll tell you what, you just never know who knows who and who knows what and what really going on out here. But I'm going to tell you this right now. The shit's got ugly and bad. There's a code that's been sent out in the New York City streets. The residents of New York City put a word out. A female professional boxer will be unalive within a year. Okay. Something led to something where a person felt to drop a dime was taking place in the New York City streets. Female boxer will be dead soon. Now, I'm going to continue on. But when you hear something like that, this is what's being circulated, and this is what's getting into authorities' hands. They're like, yo, y'all need to look at this shit. And they're talking about Claressa Shields here. There are a lot of people out here, man, who really want to hurt her. But, when she's out here saying stupid shit.
Girl, I'm a known killer. Fuck is you talking about? Girl, I'm a known killer.
You a known killer, right? You got to know your audience. But if that's what Claressa Shields wants to put out, and we talked about it last night, it's crazy. Claressa, you're an athlete. But you out here, man, beefing with the wrong people. So I'll say this. The New York City streets are saying this. And there are a lot of us who are now throttling back. The situation has taken a turn for the worse. These street codes out here in the New York City streets that I work are no joke. We've seen family members get taken out to the right person when street codes are released in the streets. I know the difference between facts and allegedly. This is a street code fact. They have something called night owls who've been engaged. There are markings of graffiti. on the side of dumpsters, a lot of mixed drawings, and a lot of mixed drawings. And then there was a boxing glove drawing in cartoon with a wig and one stem black rose lying across the glove. Fat bold graffiti, female professional boxer. Let me tell you something. That shit, when I hear that, I don't like that. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I got friends and cousins who are up there in New York, shit like that. Let me just tell you this. I don't like hearing that. But I bring it to the party people because I want to let y'all know that this shit on the internet, when you're out here talking about I'm a known killer, Claressa, and you're talking about you fight people, and you can all see Remy Ma's out here on goddamn morning shows and stuff like that, and you're having these beefs, people pick sides, man. And people decide whether to like you or not like you. But when you come out here talking about how people need to leave you alone, you a known killer and stuff like that, you may be targeting a certain person. But there are other people who are on the sidelines and you're not even thinking about it. You don't even know, and they take offense to what you're saying, and now they got an issue with you. And that's a dangerous situation. Now, I'll say this for Claressa Shields. Just stop now, man. Just stop. Just leave it alone. The thing is, you can't make other people stop. The streets are talking. Y'all have taken it to the stupid. People out here really want to hurt this woman, man. Now, we know Claressa has a reputation as one of boxing's most outspoken champions. That's cool when it's within the confines of boxing, but now she done went out here and she out here mixed up in the streets now. This shit is not a joke, man. People love the opportunity to hurt her, especially if they can get away with it. They love the opportunity to hurt her. And I don't like that. Yeah, she slapped Alicia. She's disrespected a lot of people. She's not the most pleasant person to deal with. But the bottom line is, man, I don't like that because I know how real shit can get. And I get a lot of different things sent my way. And I know the people who send this shit to me. These people ain't no fucking somebody I just met on the internet. You know what I'm saying? These are people, man, who know what they're talking about. That's why I chop up what they say the way I do, because I can't come out there and, give y'all all the business. But I'm telling you, man, I've been hearing shit for a while now. But this is the one that they're like, yo, you need to go ahead and say something about this because it's getting ugly out here. And I'm like, all right. I drop it in the hood champion way. And that's why we're asking a difficult question, man. Claressa's a public figure. I know that she's outspoken. But what happens when a public figure becomes known more for confrontation than competition? And I've been saying this. Right now, Claressa's known more for confrontation. For months, I've been saying, you know what? All right, I'm going to try not to talk about it, but something will happen tomorrow, and I'll be talking about it. And every single day, there's something else that comes up. So if you're watching this and you're a Claressa Shields supporter, or you're a family member or a friend or something, yo, man, don't encourage the nonsense. Tell her to stop. Tell her to stop, man. Because the confrontations, she may come out here and have a confrontation with one person, but there's 20 people on the sidelines who she's having a confrontation with, and she don't know it because they just choose to get involved. And she don't even know who they are. She don't know these faces, but they know her. So I just think we need to examine the risk of escalating public conflicts, why some athletes become trapped by the image they create. And she has done her best to ruin the image of being a two-time gold medalist and now create an image of a thug. And we need to talk about what happens when online disputes start taking on a life of their own, which is what's happening with Claressa Shields. So the discussion is about public perception, reputation, and conflict, not about unverified rumors, allegations. Now, this thing, there are rules when it comes to public conflict. And I think the first rule, when someone becomes famous like Claressa Shields, Every statement carries more weight. So when you say I'm a known killer, that shit carries weight. When you say I'll fight $100,000 if you can beat me, there's no woman in the world who can beat me. When you're saying stuff like that, the shit carries weight. So most people can argue online and nobody notices. You know what I'm saying? Celebrities don't have that luxury. Claressa, I don't think she realizes she's a celebrity. If so, she probably would throttle back and just chill. Because every time she posts, she doesn't seem to understand how every post becomes content. Like, I don't really think she understands how everything she posts becomes content. Because I'll tell you what, in my opinion, if she understood that everything she posts becomes content, I think Claressa Shields would have never come out here and did the post that I did a YouTube short on yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Personally, I would like to say this, and hopefully to the people that's watching who are not supporters of me and who are not fans of me can get off. I'm not here to be liked, right? And I'm not here to be in the business of making you like me and be in a certain way so you like me. If you don't like me, get off my stuff. Remove yourself. You don't have to say nothing. It don't even make sense at this point. People to keep hating on greatness that they can't ever accomplish in life. You don't like me. You don't like what I do, that I box, how I trash talk, how I rap, whatever you don't like, my relationship. Cool. Get off my stuff. That's it. And if you can't respect that, me just saying, go where you like somebody at. Don't come over here. Because I'm not going to change nothing about me to make you like me. Big facts. I'm just not going to do it. So that you're here and you're saying certain things or you're saying stuff, go ahead. Just bounce them. Because the negativity and stuff is really not needed. And I don't really care for it. And I don't need you. And clearly you don't need me. So just bounce.
Now, you see, this is the problem here. She wants people to leave her alone, but she doesn't understand. I don't think she understands she's a celebrity, like I said. And every post that she does, it becomes content. Every insult becomes a headline. So now she here talking about people don't like her and she ain't gonna change the way. I mean, you attract attention, man. And you got the wrong kind of attention. You out here making threats. You out here joking about things. You boasting about what you have. You out here issuing challenges to people. What you think's gonna happen? You're famous. You're a celebrity. It's gonna get amplified. Nobody did that. You did that. You made a choice to take on a certain role, and as a result of being a celebrity who's taken on the role of the bad girl, it's been amplified, and it's gotten the attention of a lot of people, and some of those people want to hurt her. But this is why the team around her should have let her know, yo, you a public figure, you a celebrity. You're held to a different standard, big whoop. Should have learned from the Layla Ali shit that we did. That's not what we wanted. The backlash was tremendous and it hasn't stopped. It's just compounded. This is uncomfortable. That's just the Layla Ali shit. Then you have everything else that's happened after that. Subsequent to that to that drama. It's been nonstop. Claressa is being held to a different standard, but she's chosen to get down in the weeds and be dirty and be out there with the criminals and everything else. So I'm not surprised that the NYPD is out here like, yo, there's a street code and the green light's been put on Claressa Shields. She got to be careful. She got to move carefully, man. You come out here, man, beefing with the wrong people. The wrong people. And I'm not saying she can do what she wants. I'm just telling you, when I hear that, I'm like, this shit is crazy because she's built a brand around conflict. So there's going to be conflict that follows her. There's going to be confrontations. There's going to be people coming into her lives, coming into her DMs. There's going to be people who are there to say the worst things to her to make her uncomfortable and miserable and unhappy because she has built a brand around conflict. So Claressa, if you're listening, yo, you got to reverse the thing. You got to reverse the thing. because this shit you built ain't working at all. And people have developed defense fatigue because they're tired of trying to defend you, man, because they can't. Because the shit is getting bad, you know what I mean? We know conflict can generate attention, and I 100% believe that's what you and your team are looking for. We talk about it, the whole Mayweather-Mike Tyson thing, being the villain, getting attention, but that shit ain't making you no dollar bill, y'all. Where the Wu-Tang Cream? Because you ain't getting it as far as, we know. But if you're getting it, tell us. But if you are getting that Wu-Tang Cream, cha-ching-ching, dollar bill, y'all, is it worth the headache? Is it worth the headache? That's all I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying? Because I tell you what, I hear you when you come out here and you talk about making money. I hear you when you come out here saying the things you're saying. Where is this one? You were out here openly bragging and doing your thing and talking about getting your money. Where is it? I'm going to show y'all this one. I remember. Yeah, you out here getting your money. You were letting everybody know. Seem to be in a good mood, but not in such a good mood anymore, huh?
What? That's the green light? What? That's the green light?
What happened to that counting money and laughing and smiling? The conflict created attention. Views can generate money, but is the money worth it? Because now you got the attention, now you got the views, you got everybody watching you. And as a result, you've leaned into controversy because you like what you were getting. But the problem is, when it comes to controversy, it often has diminishing returns. And that's what's happened to Claressa Shields. She has diminishing returns. What I mean is she's taking losses now. At first, people were entertained. Look, I'm still finding shit entertaining, but it's exhausting. But I'm telling you right now, I think everyone's become exhausted. It is tired. People want her to go away. But they're still going to do videos on her. I'm still going to do videos on her. I just don't want to see nobody get hurt. That's just me. Other people are like, yo, man, we want to see this. Why would I wish that on anybody to get hurt? Come on now. But at the same time, if she wants to come here and tell me she a known killer, you just got to step back and be like, I ain't getting close to that. That's Papooses shit to deal with. He the one got to be out with her. He the one got to possibly be in the line of fire in the middle of the bull crap because she's out here, doing what she's doing. But he don't seem to be trying to be around her too much. And I'm on the outside looking in. I could be wrong, but it seems like she just kind of out here solo dolo. You know what I mean? Just hot winging it. I just tell you this, man. Eventually, some people stop seeing performance and they start seeing hostility. And that's how Claressa's being seen. It's just they see hostility, man. And that transition has become very dangerous for her as far as her as a public fighter and her reputation. She's seen as someone who's very hostile. And I'm going to tell you what, when someone starts talking like everyone is an enemy, everyone becomes your enemy. You know what I mean? That's one of the biggest risks for any celebrity is creating the impression that every disagreement requires a confrontation. Everything from her is a confrontation. And over time, audiences begin to expect conflict. They expect conflict from Claressa Shields. The public figure like Claressa becomes associated with drama. Whether that's perception, whether it's fair or not, it becomes part of the brand, and that's part of Claressa's brand. At that point, every new dispute reinforces the existing narrative that Claressa Shields is toxic and that, people don't like her and they need to get her out of boxing. And, and that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate because I say it before, I'm going to say it again. She's a part of American boxing history. And I'm going to say this, Remy has nothing to do with anything. So Claressa should just leave that shit alone. You can't outperform Remy. You understand? Remy will always have the upper hand on you. I don't even know much about Remy, except for what the ladies tell me during the live. But from what little bit I know, I'm telling you, Claressa can't touch her. You're in a lose-lose situation. But the problem is, when she goes at Remy, Remy's not the one going to be out here trying to fight her or do nothing. Remy, she's up and away. She's out of here. She's in a whole different stratosphere, chilling. She's where Claressa, I think, wants to be. But Claressa will never get there, and I don't think Papoose knows how to get her there. Remy doing all this shit post-Papoose. When she was with him, look at the direction she went. She done set him, man, and elevated. Now she up and away. Where's Claressa? Seemed to be going the same direction that Remy was going when Remy was with Papoose. Claressa better be careful she don't end up dead or in jail. I'm just being real with you. Because the confrontation, the hostility, you know what I'm saying? The diminishing returns on her brand value. All of this happened since she hooked up there with Papoose, That's when the shit started. Now, of course, she's always had, a questionable attitude, but it wasn't like this. So this is an extreme growth. Big growth. This shit wasn't going on like this. I tell you what, man, when people start expecting conflict from you, conflict will follow you, man. Claressa's associated with drama. It's part of her brand. And the disputes are reinforcing existing narratives. So I'll say this before I get out of here, because I got to go run some errands. People, listen. Whether you're young, my age, or older, you should never try to operate on a criminal's level. To that I say, in the most respectful way, to you, McNicholas, hey, yo, hold your horses. Stop taking it to the goddamn stupid. What are you doing being this multimillionaire trying to operate on a criminal's level? What the frick is wrong with you? There are people out here who are beneath us. Some people are. Do I think I'm better than anyone? No. But I know when there's someone who's fucking beneath me. So you don't entertain them. Let them stay over there and be miserable. You keep doing your thing. Living life, having fun, making your money, spending time with your family, making memories with your family. But no way should you get down on their level, because you have everything to lose. They got everything to gain. They're nobodies. They've contributed nothing to this world. Claressa is someone who's contributed a whole lot to sports history, but she has chosen to get down in the weeds on a criminal's level and operate there. And that is why you got people out here who are posting these images of gloves with wigs on it being crossed out with black roses because they put a hit out of it saying she'll be dead in a year. That is crazy. That is scary. And that should be very concerning for her and her team. Especially when she comes out here and then she says shit to antagonize them. I'm a known killer. I'll smoke the F out of you. What you think's gonna happen? Somebody gonna send you a Christmas gift, man? You know what I mean? Hey, hello, how are you? Here's a gift card to goddamn Target or Victoria's Secret or wherever, or Luhan Chinese restaurant to get that fried rice and chicken wings like Hood Champion talking about. No, you're not getting that. You're gonna get bah humbug, Ebenezer Scrooge down here. Rudolph with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? They may kill Rudolph. You got to be a bad motherfucker to kill Rudolph. Rudolph? Nobody messing with Rudolph. But that don't have nothing to do with what I'm talking about. These are common mistakes made by some public figures, man. Thinking they can out-talk, out-threaten, out-intimidate people who live by a completely different set of rules and a different set of codes. There's always somebody willing to go a step further than you, and they ain't gonna be all that loud. Silent assassins. You gotta be careful who y'all picking beef with out here and talking shit to. The one that you think ain't listening, ain't paying attention, won't do nothing, is the one. It could be a week, a month, a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, when you done forgot about everything, and they got all your information. And they just come slide through and make you and your whole family miserable. So people need to understand people they're dealing with. That's why I don't bother no one. And anyone try to bother me, I just make mental notes of it. Got too much to lose, but I make mental notes of everything. And so are these people when it comes to Claressa Shields. She's in a bad situation, man. Trying to operate on a criminal's level is rarely a winning strategy. When you're someone who's very successful, you got to understand, you become successful. You've succeeded because you had discipline, structure, competition, achievement. Criminals operate according to entirely different incentives. So trying to enter that world verbally or rhetorically often creates unnecessary risk. And this is where Claressa Shields is at. She's created unnecessary risk. But they're there now. What you gonna do? The smartest move is usually to avoid escalation altogether. Just leave it alone. It's okay to not say anything. Take a deep breath, blow it out. I mean, talk your shit, but you don't got to go on camera and do it. You got to dead people know how to blank them like they don't exist. Claressa hasn't learned that. So I don't think anyone should be surprised when conflict creates more conflict. Are you surprised that every day there's more conflict? Conflict creates more conflict. So generally speaking, nobody should be surprised. Conflicts are going to attract more bullshit, man. Hostility tends to attract hostility. Love tends to attract love. It is what it is, man. So people often mirror the energy they receive. You know what I mean? Something a smile will do. You go out and smile, watch, it's infectious. People be smiling. Even little kids smile, want to come up to you and shit. Go on there, man, stone face. And watch out. Even little kids will look back at you and throw their rattle at you, bottle, squeeze milk at you. They reciprocate the goddamn emotion, the energy. But I'm not saying it justifies anyone to harass you, threaten you, assault you, abuse you. No, I'm not saying that. No, nobody deserves that, especially a public, famous figure. But it explains why repeatedly escalating disputes can create increasingly toxic environments. And that's kind of a good example, like Claressa and Alicia Baumgartner. They both have been going at it for quite some time, and the shit escalated. Claressa was wrong, And look, you can say, hey, they both were putting out negative energy, and both of those worlds came together, and you saw what happened. It created a toxic environment. But again, no public figure deserves that. Just like I'm going to say for Claressa Shields, she doesn't deserve to be out here and about and somebody decides to hurt her or get jumped or throw some at her or whatever it is. She doesn't deserve that. No one does. But I'm going to tell you one of the biggest mistakes a celebrity can make. The biggest mistake is believing attention equals support. Getting on this stupid phone and yep, yippee, yippee-ki-yay, yippee-ki-yay. Get off of the stupid internet. Not all attention is good attention, man. A person can dominate headlines while simultaneously damaging their reputation. Many public figures discover too late that controversy generates visibility, but not necessarily admiration. And this is what Claressa, I think she may be kind of digesting this a bit, but I don't think she'll get it till like a couple years after she retires, where she feels she's matured, she's evolved, she's grown beyond being big woke, where she just wants to be Claressa, the wife, the mother, and people aren't going to let her forget her being this confrontational public figure. And that's why I think she's going to sit there and say to herself, damn, it's too late. All that controversy destroyed any admiration that people once had for me. Yeah. But can it go away? That's a good question. How does this go away? For any public figure dealing with constant controversy like Claressa Shields, the solution is usually not another argument. So my thing to Big Goat, just stop, man. Confrontation, controversy just brings on more confrontation and controversy. Stop. Reset, man. Take a goddamn knee. It's okay. Reset. You created a whole mess for yourself. So like I said, mess up after mess up. It's time to bless up before you get hurt up, shot up, stabbed up, beat up. That ain't what you want. So just focus on your accomplishments, avoid unnecessary feuds, reduce emotional responses online, let work speak louder than words, man. Build positive stories instead of reactive ones. Don't talk about being a known killer, smoking the F out of somebody. Over time, consistency can change the public perception, but it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while for that to happen, but I don't think she'll ever get back to where she was. I'm just being honest with you, but she got to stop. Stop. Like, look, I'm a pretty prideful guy too. And there was a time, like a lot of us, young and stupid, you run towards the drama. But God damn it, man, you got millions, right? You say you got all these millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. I got houses, furs, I got watches, I got this, I got cooking salmon, I got shrimp, I got this and that, I got lobster, I got crab, I got caviar, I got all kind of shit. I'm drinking Dawn water, alkaline water. I got a man, please. Hood champion hating because he just can't be with somebody like me. A superwoman. I be up and away on his ass. Yo, hold your horses and don't take it to the stupid. Just stop. Big Whoa, I don't dislike you. I don't like you. I have no expectation. I think you're interesting. But I don't want to see nobody get hurt. And I think you need to understand, you should understand this shit. People are unpredictable. What you want to walk around with that shit on your mind for? You're supposed to go out and people are supposed to run to you, man. But instead, they don't want nothing to do with you, except it sounds like a lot of people want to hurt you. That ain't cool. I don't know any other Olympian that is having this problem. There may be someone smoking a little weed, someone break a little law here and there, but ain't nobody out there people want to hurt them. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody out there. Now, maybe in the past, I don't know. I ain't no Olympic historian, but I'm just telling you from me and just, top of my head, I don't know about anyone out there. Somebody wanted to hurt him. I do know in Brazil, I think it was Brazil there at the, I don't know if it was the World Cup, but anyway, something was going on in a soccer game where the goalie ended up scoring on his own team. Some bullshit happened, but there was a guy who bet a lot of money on the game and lost his house, lost everything, and went and killed I think it was the goalie. I think he went and killed him. But what I'm saying is, still, I haven't seen anything with an Olympian where people wanted like this kind of shit going on, like with Claressa Shields. Every battle is not worth fighting. This is a lesson for all athletes. Champions who stay relevant for decades, they master restraint. I call it taking a deep breath. Sometimes you just gotta blow that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta do it. You may have to take 2 and 3 and blow that shit out until you settle down or walk off. You know what I mean? Go cool off. Don't respond. Don't pick up that phone. Don't get in front of that computer. If you want to stay relevant for decades, you got to master restraint. She doesn't have that mastered. You see, people start to understand that protecting their reputation is just as important as protecting their record. So, Claressa, you love that undefeated record. That's the only thing perfect in your life. The only thing pure. Protect your reputation and your brand the way you protect that O. Because you willing to risk death over that undefeated record. What she go 66-1 as an amateur, and that one she shouldn't have lost that to Savannah Marshall. Claressa should, in every fight she's had from an amateur to a pro, that woman should be undefeated. That's a big deal, people. So the same way she'll protect that O, she should protect her reputation and brand. If she applied that same effort, then she'd be all right. Because I'm going to tell you this, eventually careers end. What remains is legacy. And there was a very lovely person who tried to tell her. She went by the name of La 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 Ali. Tried to tell her that shit. Reputation and brand. Be careful. And Claressa didn't protect that. She protected that record. She ain't protect that brand and reputation. Because now that career's coming over, she ain't going to be like Layla Ali. What Claressa going to get a cooking show now? She going to have seasoning, the goat seasonings, goat pepper, goat salt, goat garlic powder, goat oregano, goat onion powder, goat thyme, goat ginger. What's she going to get? Goat seasoning for crab legs? A goat bouillon cube? What's she going to do? She ain't going to Layla Ali route. What's her legacy? What legacy is going to remain? You got to understand, this is what I don't think anyone's telling her. Yo, a legacy is built not only by victories. Okay, that's part of it. You've got the victories. But also by judgment, discipline, attitude, and how a person handles adversity. So what's a legacy going to be? Kind of crazy, right? So the final thought, man, before I run out here, because I got to go run some errands. Whether people love or dislike a public figure, one thing remains true. The more conflict becomes a story, the less attention gets paid to accomplishments. That's what's happening with Claressa. Too much conflict. No one cares about what she's done in boxing no more. They're just all about the drama. That's why that's all people talk about, because that's all we get. So when her defenders come out here talking about, what about talk about this, talk about that? No, it's nothing to talk about. We're talking about what's going on with her. You talk about it. We've talked about it before. And it doesn't matter. What's new with Claressa Shields? It's always some conflict. So if you're someone who's watching this video and you love her, go talk to her. Don't talk to me. And don't talk to other content creators. I know some of them get carried away with the shit they say. But they can do what they want, just like she gets carried away with the shit she says and does. So how you gonna get mad at them? Get mad at her. When I'm talking to her. She don't watch all my videos, but I know she watches something and she comes to the lives. I know she does. Because I don't be trying to eat her up like that. But the shit I'm saying must hit 10 times harder than what other people are saying, because I'm not here saying, oh, she's this, she's that. No, I'm sitting here talking about real shit. I know what it takes to be successful. And I know what it takes to stay there. And I know what it takes to keep evolving and climbing. And for different opportunities to present themselves. You know the amount of opportunities I've had since doing this goddamn channel to be certain places with the press passes and all that. The different people who've reached out to me and said, hey, if you want to come, send me the paperwork, fill this out. Everything, man. I even got offered flights to places. Hey, man, we like what you do. We like your commentary, man. Sense of humor. You know boxing. Come on out, man. We'll pay. Come on out here, man. Per diem, all that. I'm like, nah, I ain't leaving. What? I'm retired, man. I don't give a fuck about traveling nowhere. Them days are over. That shit becomes work. It becomes work. I ain't trying to do. I've been there, done that. I don't have to do shit. But there are people who have recognized, like, this guy has the right balance. And I appreciate those. There are others I haven't heard from, and I don't care. But I recognize that, and we have a good rapport, and we chit-chat every now and then. But what I'm getting at is attitude, man. Attitude, discipline, having that structure, how you deal with bullshit. People are always watching. We're always being assessed. Every single one of us are always being assessed. All of us. It is what it is. We're always being interviewed. All of us, man. So whether people love or dislike a public figure, one thing remains true, man. The more conflict becomes a story, the less attention gets paid to accomplishments. And for an athlete with a resume as accomplished as Big Goat, the most valuable thing moving forward may not be winning another argument. Hopefully she realizes that or watches this video. I think it may be making sure the conversation returns to boxing. Get back to boxing. Shit ain't worth it. I don't want to hear no shit about her getting hurt. Like, I don't want to hear, I'm not going to celebrate. I'm going to feel bad for her. Just like I felt bad when Alicia got slapped. Just like I felt bad with Layla when Claressa was out here doing the craziness and saying what she said about her and harassing her and her father. Like, that shit bothers me. It disrupts my energy, man. I don't like that kind of stuff. That's why I like shows. But I also understand people like, yo, man, she did this to herself, Hood. I'm like, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not. I see what's going on. But she better pay attention to the warning signs, because it really sounds like the streets are talking. And she's chosen to come out here, man, and operate on that level, a criminal level. She can't win. I'm telling you, she's not going to win. And the last thing we need is for her to end up in jail. What's that going to say about Papoose? And I know some people are like, nah, man, you got to put some blame on that dude. Put some blame on him. And if he really cared about her, he'd stop this train. Stop it. Because what's going on is crazy right now. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the